Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Saturday night. It's I don't know, almost 9 o'clock. Meant to get on here a little earlier, but I just lost track of time. I'm going to be reviewing the CBSI Hot 10 comic list for the week, ending February 7th. And yeah, there's some cool books on here. A couple interesting books. Let's take a look. We're going to start off with honorable mentions first. Get down to that. Make sure this is blown up a little bit for you. So first off, we got showcase number 4. First appearance of the Silver Age Flash, Barry Allen. Key book. I would love to get a facsimile. I don't know. Is there a facsimile of that book? I don't think there is yet. When they come out with a facsimile of that book, I will definitely get that. I think the original is just a little too out of most people's grasp, especially when a 2.5 sells for 15 grand. I don't know. Maybe I can afford a 1.0. I don't know. A 0.5. I don't know. Yeah, it's a key book. I mean, just imagine if you could go back 20 years. What was this book worth 20 years ago? It's probably a lot cheaper. I don't know. Well, in 2023, which is only 2 years ago, it sold for 10,000. So a 2.5. That's crazy. The other one is Disney's Hero Squad Ultra Heroes #1. Good old homage to Action Comics #1, especially with Goofy. Isn't that good? I think it's Goofy. I guess it had a battered look to it, so it's supposed to look like a worn book. I don't know if that makes it harder to grade, but a 9.8 just sold for $1,550 this week. Yeah, that's got to be a tough. I don't even remember seeing that book. 2010. I was collecting books back then. I don't remember that. It was an incentive on a kid's boom book. I don't even know what that is, but hey, congratulations to anyone that has that in their collection. That sounds like a good one to sell. Number 10 on the list is Amazing Spider-Man number 62. Second print, 1 in 25. Scotty Young. It's a good cover. I mean, I like it. It's kind of funny. I'm not a big Scotty Young collector. I mean, I guess if there's some hardcore Scotty Young collectors out there, and they will definitely overpay for a cover that they perceive to be a little harder to get. And this is probably why this book is moving so much. $45 to $55. I think Midtown had a copy for like 60, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know I don't know a lot of online stores that sell a lot of second print 1 in 25 incentives. There's just not many that do. So your best bet on those is to find a local retailer, comic book shop where they might do that. But I just don't know a lot of shops that would go heavy on a second print. But hey, if you find a shop that's doing that, yeah, if you can get that for 25 bucks, I think that's a great deal. Number 9 is Laura Kinney, Wolverine #1. This is the second print 1 in 25. Another second print 1 in 25 incentive. I remember when they started doing these. I think the first comic book to have us was Marvel. It was a Hulk book. I think it was an Immortal Hulk. So that was what, 4 or 5 years ago? 4 years ago? I believe that was the first second print incentive. 1 in 25, second print. I think it was an Immortal Hulk cover. I can't remember what issue it was, but it was one of the Immortal Hulk covers. I think it was the one where his face was splitting in two or something. Yeah, something like that. But I know it was an Immortal Hulk comic book. This one's averaging $70, especially if you're a J. Scott Campbell fan. This might be something you want. I know just like Scotty Young, there is a loyal fan base to J. Scott Campbell. I am not one of those. I definitely do not care for his artwork. It's nothing personal. I just don't like the art style. It would not appeal to me. Yep, that would be something I would never spend money on. So if hey, if that's your gig, then go at it. Number 8 is Amazing Spider-Man 194. I've got a nice, beautiful raw copy in my collection of this book. I have the newsstand. Yeah, I have a newsstand variant. I would like a direct. The direct, I think, looks better. I don't know. I think the direct looks better. And direct copies are probably going to be a little easier to find in high grade just because they weren't manhandled like a newsstand copy was. Um, but I guess it's averaging sales around 250. CGC 9.6s are selling around 725. My copy's pretty high grade. I think I paid like 100 and something, 150. I know I paid over $100 for it. It's pretty high grade. I think it would grade around a 9.4 to a 9.6. So I did pretty well on that if I got it graded. Number 7 is Earth X number 12. Beautiful Alex Ross cover. We saw the Fantastic Four trailer drop recently, and the Herald, which did not was not shown in the trailer, um, is a female Silver Surfer. So I think this book might jump even more once there's a second trailer released and it shows the female Silver Surfer. I think it is the actress. What was that? The Ozark show, the blonde white trash girl. Rose, I think her name was Rose in the show. I don't know the name of the actress, but I think that's who's playing the female Silver Surfer. So yeah, I would expect that book to jump. It's $40 raw right now. 9.8's just sold for 260. That will probably jump up in value once that trailer includes that actress in it. Number 6 is a book that I have in my collection. I've liked this book ever since it came out. It's a good story. It's a nice, heartwarming story about a group of robots. Um, they have to kind of stay together because there's like a bomb in each of them, and if one of them, I think if one of them passes away or separates from the group, the rest of them will explode. Something crazy like that. So it's a good story premise. Livio Remendelli's a nice guy. I've had him on my channel before. Great artist, and he's a good writer too. It's written by him as well. Um, so I highly recommend it. I have I think it's a 5 or 6 issue run. I think it was 5 issues. I have all 5 issues in my collection. That was a Dark Horse book. I'm sorry, IDW book when it came out. And it is supposedly being adapted to a project. I don't know if it's going to be a TV show or what exactly it's going to be, but averaging $14 for that first issue, a high of 28 on 20 plus sales on eBay. Number 5 on the list is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a kid's book. Looks like a kid's book, anyways. It's a new number 1 for Spider-Man. That alone usually gets some movement on it. Selling around $12, a high of 25. Yeah, this is one I didn't pick up. I don't know. I probably should have. Oh well. That might be a good book to look for at your local comic book shop. It might be sitting on a shelf. Very possibly you could find that for cover price still. So that might be something worth looking for next time you're going to your local comic book shop. Number 4 on the list is Spawn 356. I do have one copy of that book. Man, I kind of wish I had ordered a couple copies. It is a beautiful cover. And I remember when I pre-ordered it, I thought, man, that's a nice cover by Spears. I knew right away it was a Mark Spears color because of the brilliance of the colors. And man, this is like I guess $29 book now. That's crazy. A high of $40. Wow. So congratulations to anyone who bought multiple copies of that cover. I wish I did. I have one copy. I'm going to keep that in the collection. But yeah, it's a beautiful cover. I mean, Mark Spears has been on fire. Just about anything Mark Spears lately. I was at a local comic book shop the other day. I did pick up a couple nice Mark Spears covers that were just sitting in a back issue bin, and I got them for like just a little bit over cover price. Yeah, by the way, here's that Spears book, just so you can see it. There it is. Awesome cover. I love it. He did 355 too, but it's not quite as popular as the. So I was onto Spears. I do like Spears covers. I think that was a B cover, both of those, if I'm not mistaken. But I found these at a local comic book shop the other day, which I don't go to very often. Once in a while, I'll swing by it and see if see if there's anything there of interest. So these are the two books that I found, and they're in pretty good shape. First one was I found a King Spawn, number 20. It's pretty nasty looking Spears cover there. So I found two copies for $3 each. Not bad. I think it's going for like $10 on eBay at the moment. So King Spawn, number 20. And then I found another Spears cover, Spawn 340. I found a couple of these for only $3. So not bad. I didn't get them for cover price. What cover price? Well, yeah, I guess it is $3. Yeah. The taxes maybe a little bit higher, but yeah, not bad. It's a cool cover. But definitely that Spawn 356, I can see why that book's hot. I mean, it is a great cover, no doubt about it. It's an awesome cover. So it's hard to believe that's a $30 book now. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I pre-ordered my copy for like $2. Insane. All right, back to our list. So Spawn 356, yeah, it's an awesome cover. Number 3 is Fantastic Four, number 49. I mean, this is a key book. It's one of those books I kind of wish I had in my collection. First full appearance of Galactus. Second appearance of Silver Surfer. I mean, it's definitely a very key book. It's not cheap. Low grades will cost you about $350. High grades, a 7.5 just sold for $1,500. So yeah, if you're looking at anything at a 9.0 or higher, you're talking pretty big money for that book. So yeah, if you've got that in your collection, pat yourself on the back. That book's probably going to do pretty well between now and the release of that Fantastic Four movie. Number 2 on the list is Magic the Gathering, The Shadow Mage, number 1. I guess Hasbro has Val Mayerick Hasbro and Legendary have announced they plan to adapt Magic the Gathering. Peter says, I don't know much about the card game itself, but this was the first comic related to the property and has seen quite a bit of action in the last couple of days since the news was dropped. With over 110 sales, the cheap copies mostly cleared as average sales rose to about $10 with a high sale of $17. 9/8s are about $100. Be mindful that this comic came polybagged with an MTG card originally. So yes, I talked about this book a few years ago. I got a bunch of them. I bought them. I heard that I think originally the Russo brothers were supposed to be developing it. I don't know if that's the case anymore, but at one time, I think that was even an announced news. It wasn't like a rumor or anything. It was actually announced that the Russo brothers were looking to direct a Magic the Gathering movie or series or something. I don't think that ever happened. The Russo brothers, I don't know what they're doing these days, but I don't think they're doing any comic properties that I know of. But I bought a stack of these things, as you can see here. I mean, I got a stack of them. I think I have like 20 24 copies of this book. I think I bought them all around $1 to $2. So my cost basis on these is really low. I've got 2 copies that are not polybagged, but they do have the cards. And there was like an insert as well. So the rest of them are all polybagged, and they're all in pretty high grade. So if I take out a copy, let's take one out here. And they all look, the polybag looks a little rough. I mean, but the comic itself looks fine. I mean, I think they're all high grade as far as I can tell. I don't see any spine ticks or any creases or anything major. It just doesn't look that good with the polybag. The polybag's kind of fading. They look so much better when they're outside the polybag, but I left them all in the polybag mainly because there was a Magic the Gathering card, and it's always the same card. So I think some people are listing as though like, oh, the card's special. It's the same. Every comic book came with the exact same card. It's this ball of, what's it called? Ball of Fireball. Yeah, it came with this Fireball Magic the Gathering card. I don't know. I don't think these books are that rare. There's a ton of them out there. I mean, you might be able to go down to a local comic book shop and still find them in the back issue bin for $1. I don't know. So I did post a live stream on my Instagram saying I will, if someone wants a copy, I will let one go for about $15 shipped. So if anyone's interested in getting a copy for $15, now why pay $15? It's probably going to be high grade. It's going to be polybagged. It's going to be shipped in a Gemini mailer. I usually have like a big mylight, oversized mylight with it, so it kind of protects it a little bit better. So it's going to be shipped really, really well. It's going to come in high grade. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if they sell. I mean, if people buy them, great. If they don't, if the price happens to get up to like $25, $30 a piece for those, then I might start putting them on eBay. But right now, $15, it doesn't make any sense to put them on eBay. The eBay fees just eat into your profit so much. So I will do it direct. I did post that on Instagram. I tried doing a regular post, and Instagram took it down, saying something about counterfeit. I don't know why. And I also tried to post. I tried to post this. I got another Mark Spears cover. So I tried to do a post showing both of these side by side, and they took it down, saying something about counterfeit. I don't know why. I don't understand Instagram. Like 2 in a row, they flagged saying counterfeit. So I don't know if they're going after my Instagram account. I don't know. I'm gonna have to send some messages to somebody and support and find out what the heck's going on. But there's nothing counterfeit about posting a comic book. I mean, those I'm not even putting for sale or anything. It's very odd. I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, Magic the Gathering. Yeah, we'll have to see if anything happens of it. This is the second time they've announced something, and a couple months from now, this could easily be back down to a $2, $3 book. Who the heck knows? That's why it's called spec, I suppose. But if it ends up getting developed, yeah, could this be a $30, $40, $50 book? Yeah, very well could be, especially if the Magic the Gathering show does really, really well. That could definitely be a $50 book at some point. No doubt about it. Number 1 is Fantastic Four, number 209. First appearance of Herbie, the robot that was in the trailer. Yeah, the trailer definitely looks like it's from the late 50s, early 60s. It has that vibe. It's kind of definitely in the past. And I know this is a separate universe than the normal Marvel universe that's been in the movies. So it's not going to cause any problems with people questioning, well, how come that didn't happen in any of the Avengers movies? It's all a separate universe, so it's easier to do that. This is part of the multiverse. But that book is on the move. It hit a high of $69 raw copy, a 9.8 this week, sold for $360. So I don't know if I have that book. I have to look. I've got a big run of Fantastic Four, but I don't know. I may have it. I'll have to look. I know I have some in the 100s to close to 200. So my luck is I probably don't have that. So I'll take a look though. I might have it in a box somewhere. We'll have to see. But there's your list, guys. So yeah, it's an interesting list. You've got some old books, some fantastic, obviously a lot of Fantastic Four because of the trailer release. You've got a Kill Lock. I mean, I like that there's a Kill Lock on there. I haven't heard about that book in forever, so it's nice that that one's getting some attention. Got a couple Spidey books on there, about 3 Spidey books, a couple of those 1 in 25 incentives. So yeah, it's a good list overall. I like it. Let's see who's in the chat real quick. We got GTK Comic, Luis Ramirez. Hey, we got my good friend Immortal Biggie Shack. Good to see you, my friend. You got Kenneth Bird in the house. Biggie says, "Wonder why Fantastic Four 48 isn't." Yeah, that's would seem to be the more important book, right? The first appearance of Galactus and Silver Surfer are in 48. Um, yeah, I don't know. That book's probably going for pretty good money. Let's see what a Fantastic Four 48 would be going for right now. Oh, not 28, 48. Oops. 48. Yeah. There's one for 1,500 bucks. Doesn't look too bad of a copy. It looks like a low mid grade. Uh, 2.5, 2.5 for 1,500 bucks. Stan Lee signature. That's nice. There's a 3.5 for 1,000. 6.0 for 1,750. That's a decent grade there. 6.0. 5.0 for 1,500. My Comic Shop. There's a 6.0 for $1,600. There's a 7.0. That's a nice grade. That one's on auction. Man, it's already at $1,555 with 7 days left. Wow. Yeah, I think once you get above a 6, it starts to get expensive, right? There's a buy it now for a 7 at $25.50. There's a 6.0 for $2,500. Yeah, that's a big price gap, isn't it? I get a 6.0 for $1,500, and my comic shop is asking. Wasn't there one at 6.0 for 1,500? Or that was I seeing things? Thought I saw a 6.0. Yeah, right there. That's probably your best price right there. Off. Ooh, it has white pages too. Wow. Oh man, the photos are terrible though. Why can't people take better camera? I mean, that's a blurry picture. What the heck? Oh man, people don't know how to be good eBay. When you're an eBay seller, you've got to have a good pick, man. Especially on a high grade book like that. When you click on that listing, the photos are so blurry. I mean, there's one good picture of the grade, and it says white pages. And there's another picture of another label. It's got the number, invoice number. So of course, 48 is considered a cameo appearance of Galactus, right? So 49 is considered first full, but definitely first full appearance of Silver Surfer is in 48. But yeah, good question, Biggie Shack. I think 48's probably the more important book, right? Because you basically have the first appearance of both characters. But yeah, I think they're both good books to have. I wish I had bought them years ago when they were somewhat cheap. But that seems like the best deal right there. $1,600 for a 6.0. I mean, if you want higher grade. I mean, it's basically my comic book shop has one for 15.90. It's basically one grade higher with white pages. Damn, 6.0 is a pretty good grade. I don't know. I'd be happy with a 6.0. I mean, some people are happy with a 1.0, right? I mean, it just depends. It all depends what you're looking for. There's an 8.0. Starting bid is supposed to be $3,600. Wow. There's an 8.5 for 6 grand. Wow. That's nice. That's a nice looking book though. 8.5. Doesn't even have white pages though. Off white to white. Wow. Yeah, that's 6.0 looks pretty good for $1,600, I think. I think if I had $1,600 to just throw out a book, I think that's what I would do. I'd pick up a First Silver Surfer and First Galactus. Seems like a good deal. Yeah. Yeah, those books are moving. Um, what else was I going to talk about? Oh, by the way, I've been reading Transformers, the new Image Sky. What's it called? Skynet, Skybound. What's it called? That's, either way, it's Robert Kirkman's Transformers, right? Daniel Johnson. Yeah, it's so good. I just read I'm up to issue 15 now. I've read the first 15 issues. It's really good. I love it. There is a really cool looking book. I'm going to see if the price has settled down on it. But man, there's a very cool Transformers #1. It's a MegaCon. So this just came out over the weekend at MegaCon. Yeah, this one right here. This one's awesome. This is by an artist by the name of Kevin with an E-N. I've never seen it spelled that way. Keven. It's crazy. Malaqui, Mallqui. Malqui. It limited to 300 copies. This was at one of the booths. I think the Comic Mint had this at their booth over the weekend. But I love that cover, man. That cover looks awesome. Optimus Prime looks cool. He's got that big old energy sword, axe, rather, the energy axe. It looks awesome. I think that's one of the only MegaCon exclusives that I was interested in. That, especially that one, that Transformers. The other one is, of course, the one that I would love to have picked up for $40. A Spawn 360. That is the sketch, black and white sketch, Brett Booth sketch. Now, obviously, I had to get it because I do have the 1 in 50 original right here, by the way. I don't know why lately, but my removable double-sided tape is not holding very well. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I don't know why it's not doing that, but I'm having to use 3 pieces now to keep that flap down. Yeah, there we go. I love this book. I mean, the cover is awesome. I got this at a pretty good price. I didn't pay ratio. I wish I'd paid $50 for it, but I think I paid 80. But yeah, this book sells over $200 still, and it's been out for several weeks now. I just love that cover. I mean, if you're a hardcore Spawn collector, I have a lot of good Spawn books. That's definitely one that I think a good Spawn collector is going to go after for sure. But that black and white sketch of it looks so awesome on that MegaCon exclusive. It's limited to 1,500, so I think the price on that. I got a little FOMO. I paid like $130. I think the guy was asking $150, and this was like beginning of the week when there was only one listing for $250. I didn't want to pay that much. Then finally, someone had a listing for 150, and I offered 130 or 135, and he accepted. So I'm getting the book for that plus shipping and taxes, so it ends up being like $150. But right now, the price, I think you can get it for as low as like 120 shipped with taxes and everything else. At the con, you could have picked it up for $40, but I think it was gone the first day because they were limiting each person to only 3 copies. So obviously, what's happening is people buy they buy 3 copies. 1 copy they're going to keep in their PC. The other 2 they're going to throw on eBay. And now there's lots of listings, but everyone's trying to get like at least 120 to 130 range. Oh, there's a new listing for only 95. So yeah. So right now, if you want a low ball, you can get it as low as $100. Maybe with taxes, it'll be like 110, which is definitely cheaper than I paid. I wouldn't be surprised if the price goes a little lower because there's a lot of 1,500 is a pretty big print run. That's not small. So that book is probably going to come down. I had a little FOMO with that. Oh well. Biggie says the Transformers comics are doing great, but Hasbro is almost bankrupt. Well, that's why Image is doing them, right? Because I think IDW had the rights last, and I don't think IDW was doing very well, or they didn't want to pay the licensing fee to Hasbro. But yeah, Hasbro, I don't know what they have, a publicly traded stock, Hasbro. What is it? HAS? Yep, I was right. HAS. It's $59 a share. In October of last year, it was as high as 73, I think. Yep, $73. They do lose money. Yeah, it's an $8.24 billion market cap. And they lose about $640 million a year. Wow. They're not bankrupt yet, but that doesn't sound like a company that's going to do well. If you lose $640 million a year, yeah, that doesn't seem very good. But yeah, I like the Image. I like what they're doing with Transformers. I think the writing is awesome. And it's harder to find those first issues, especially if you want to collect the A and B covers, which I want to try to get all the A and B covers of that, 1 through current. I have all the A covers now for 1 through 6, I think 1 through 15. I've got all the A covers. I've got most of the B covers. Most of the B covers were done by Jorge Corona, I think was the artist name. I've got most of his. I think there's a couple, like issue number 1, I don't have the B cover of that. Issue 2, I don't have the B cover. I think 3 I do. I'm missing here and there a few of the B covers, but I got all the A covers, which is, I think, definitely the most important to get. Not Near Mint says, I hope Hasbro sticks around. I know someone who used to work with in their marketing department for Spanish markets. All right. Someone told me the stock's down 98% and they aren't making figures, just licensing. Yeah, I think that's probably true. I mean, the stock, well, that's what I do for a living, by the way, is analyzing stocks. That's what I get paid to do. Depends on what you're looking at. If in the last year it's down, it's actually up in the last 12 months. It's up 19%. If I go back to the highs of 2019, I think the highest the stock ever was in 2019. It got up to $126 a share. So yeah, if you bought it at the height in 2019 at $126, you're down about 50%. from those highs. So it just depends on when you bought the stock. But yeah, it's uh, it's down about 50% from 2019's high. But if you bought it a year ago, if you bought it 12 months ago, you're actually up 20%. So I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess it's considered a deep value stock. It pays a dividend. A dividend is over 4.7% right now. That's pretty good dividend. I don't think your bank's going to pay that. But yeah, they're losing money. There's no doubt about it. They lost $640 million last year. So we'll have to see what happens. Maybe it will do. Maybe it will lose all of its money and eventually be bankrupt. Stonk market, the stank market was down 440 points on Friday. Investors aren't taking their money to play with this weekend, bidding on bigger books on eBay. Might be easier. There you go. That's a good theory. That's right. If they got hit on the stock market on Friday, they're going to be buying less comic books over the weekend. So there you go. I know there's a lot of whatnot auctions right now. I get notifications on them all the time because of obviously what's going on with MegaCon. There's a lot of people trying to promote their books on whatnot. I think I've bought some books early on when whatnot first started. When they first started doing them, I bought a few books, but I have not really bought anything on. I usually use eBay, but I've never done an eBay live. I know eBay has live auctions too. I've never done those. I'm typically doing the traditional eBay auction where um, there's a time limit, and at the last second, I'm trying to put a bid in. I did that the other day. What did I buy the other day that was an auction? I think I tried buying something the other day, and I don't think I won. Let's see. Well, there was one. Yeah, there was one that I did not win. Yeah, I was following Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. I was trying to see if maybe that book wasn't going to sell really high, and it did. I mean, it went higher than I wanted to pay for it, so I kind of didn't bid on it. But oh yeah, the Star Trek Defiant. I did win an auction on this book. I'll show it to you. I just got it in the mail. I kind of dig these cool covers. I mean, I like some of these Star Trek books, especially if they have a really cool cover. And this was one that I can't remember when it came out. I just don't remember when it came out, but I love this cover of Data. I don't know, like the serious Data versus the one that's very non-serious. I don't know what's going on there, but it's a Rod Rice cover. It was a 1 in, oh man, I think it was like a 1 in 25. I think I got it for like $20 shipped, so I got it at a pretty good deal on it. But it came from, I think it came from England, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was. Canadian. Yeah, it was from Canada. Oh, that's why I got it. Yeah, it was a 1 in 25 incentive. I got a good deal on it because of the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar is still in the toilet, by the way. So that's the good thing about buying some comic books from Canada. Even though the shipping is a little bit more expensive sometimes, but their currency is worth so much less than ours. So I got this, I got a pretty good deal on this book. I think I got it for about $20 shipped. So I got it below ratio, and this is a tough book to find. This is not the easiest book to find out there. So if you happen to come across this book in a comic book shop and you're into Star Trek, I would pick it up just because I think there's always going to be people that are potentially interested in Star Trek books. By the way, my most favorite Star Trek book is this one right here, which I've shown before. I've talked about it. I've done Instagram posts, and that is the Star Trek Green Lantern. That is the Tony Chastain variant. It was a 1 in 10 incentive, but man, that book is so hard to find now. At least you can't find it for cheap. That's one that I definitely, anytime I'm in a comic book shop, I'll go through their back issue bins, their Star Trek back issue bins, just to see if it happens to be in there. It's never in there. Every time I look, I never find it. But yeah, that was not a cheap book. That definitely cost me a few dollars, but it goes for pretty good money. If I look on, let's see if there's any listings on that book right now. There's got to be. I think there was a couple listings. Yeah, Green Lantern, Stranger Worlds, number 4, the 1 in 10. Yeah, I mean, look at these prices. There's a listing for 300, a listing for 248 plus $30 shipping. You can get the whole 1 through 6 incentive covers for 225. That's not a bad deal. Depends on the condition of the book, though. That's the other problem with this book is it's kind of a black cover. The back, I think the back of the cover, it's easy to get spine ticks. So you definitely want to check to see if there's anything wrong with the back of the book. Because if you want to get it graded and you want it high grade, some of those Star Trek books are tough because the back of the book is easily damaged. But as you can see, there's not very many listings, and the ones that are listed, I mean, they're all 250, 300. It's crazy prices. So yeah, if you can find that in a back issue bin at a comic book shop. Oh, I didn't share my screen. There we go. Whoops. If you can find that in a back issue bin at a comic book shop for like 10 or 15 bucks, I mean, you scored big time, because that is a book I think you could easily sell that for 200 bucks on eBay. Easily $200, especially if it's in good grade, high grade. Yeah. So that's one of my favorite Star Trek books. But the Mark Spears books, man, they are on fire. I haven't looked in a little while here, but let's see. Mark Spears Monsters number 1. There's the Bridezilla variant. I have that one. There's an auction. It's already at 157. 17 bids with 1 day left. I've got that one. There we go. Yeah. The Bridezilla one. I love it. It's an awesome cover. I bought that for $2.50. I pre-ordered it. I got my discount and everything. So, yeah, I wish I had pre-ordered a couple copies. That would have been nice. Yeah, that one's done really well. It's still selling for really good money on eBay. There's another one there. That was number 2. Yeah. I almost bought that. I was thinking about it. I think it was through Kickstarter. It was that specific one. That one's going for big money. Even the regular A cover is, man, look at that, 300 bucks. That's crazy. It's crazy. Oh man, if I ever have that time machine, I mean, it's crazy. Second print Virgin. I think I have that one. I think I have that one right here. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I have it right here. That one's going for almost 70 bucks. Yeah, cool cover. I think I paid like 20 bucks for that, maybe. I don't know, something like that. I didn't pay a lot for it. But the Spears books are on fire. There's no doubt about it. Mortal says you could get a hooker cheaper. Cardstock variant, good to see you, my friend. Lisa Noble, good to see you as well. Yeah, sick. It is a sick foil. I mean, Spears is good, man. And the interior art of the book is fantastic. If you guys read the inside of it, it's really good. The art is fantastic in that book. Yeah, I mean, if you were in on these Kickstarters, you've done really, really. I mean, I didn't even really pay attention to Keen Spot prior to Mark Spears, so he's put them on the map. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, look at that. That Bridezilla, that's a $300 book now. Isn't that crazy? Man. I wonder if there's someone sitting on a bunch of copies. I just bought a bunch of them for pre-orders. That's crazy. But that's definitely one of the hot series right now. Is that monster series? Yeah. So congratulations to anyone who could foresee that. Lisa says she did well on those Kickstarter flips. Yeah. I mean, Kickstarter is great. I did pretty well on a couple of them too. I did that Lady Death one with Ginny Frizen. I sold probably half of the books that I got, and I think I pretty much got most of my money back that I spent on that Kickstarter, or pretty close to most of it. But I'm not going to sell those Frizen books. There's only 90 of them, 90 sets, and I'm a big Frizen fan, so yeah, I'm probably gonna hold on to those bad boys. But yeah, Kickstarter, it's definitely a way to go to market. And I'm sure Mark Spears has done well financially off of it for sure. What's another book that I was thinking we could talk about? Um, oh yeah, the Marvel Rivals. I think that's been popular, right? And there's been some new covers released of the the Rivals. So let me go to. Let me see if I can look at them here. So these are kind of like covers that were supposed to be for a video game, maybe? Is that what it is? There's the Spider-Man one. I don't have that one. I did pick up the Storm one. I do like that Storm one. And that's like a 30. I think that's like a $30 book. Let's see. There's a few more. Maybe I should go to Third. I think Third Eye had like all of them listed. Let me see here. No. Type in Marvel Rivals. All right, yeah. Let me share my screen here. Let me get the proper screen brought up here so you can see it. There's some cool covers coming out. So you got regular Marvel Rivals #1. That one right there. And the artist, I don't think I've heard of this artist before. Tokito Kora? Tokito Kora? It's kind of a cool cover. I dig the art style there. I think that's a new artist. I'm not familiar with that artist. Here's the Sabatini variant. I think I pre-ordered that one as well. It's still available at Third Eye. There's another variant of that. They don't have the art on that yet. This one just was released the other day. The NetEase games cover of Cyclock. That one looks kind of cool. So there's that one. There's the Loki one for Immortal Thor. That one looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, here you go. For you Jeff the Shark fans, it's your Jeff the Shark cover by Valerio Shitty. Sounds like a bad word I just pronounced. That's how bad I butchered that one. Doom's Division. I really like this one. This one looks cool. I'm not sure what character that is. Cover artist is Kreese Lee. It's kind of a cool looking cover. I like it. Oh, I think that is the character from Tiger Division, right? Yeah, I think that's who that's supposed to be. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, South Korea's foremost defenders. I think that's who. Oh, White Fox. I think that's who that's supposed to be. White Fox, maybe. Yeah. The Hulk one looks pretty crazy. This is the NetEase cover with the Hulk by Nick Klein. That one looks crazy. Kind of like that cover though. So some, yeah, that Hulk one's pretty new. This one's been out a little while. The Doom one, I like this one. That one looks cool. It's supposed to be Ben Harvey doing that artwork there. I think it's Ben Harvey. You got Amazing Spider-Man 69 NetEase cover. That one looks kind of cool. Ed McGuinness. I don't think Ed McGuinness is doing the art. I don't think that's Ed McGuinness art. I'm pretty sure that's not Ed McGuinness. I think that's NetEase. And then you've got the Doctor Strange. That one looks cool. Amazing Spider-Man number 70. Wraparound. Very nice. I like that. That's definitely looks like animated digital art there. The Moon Knight looks cool. Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu number 6. That one looks nice. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so yeah, there's a bunch of those to hunt down. And they're still available for pre-order, so I don't expect any of them to explode in value. I mean, there's been plenty of time for people to pick those up. Plenty of time, plenty of notice. Lisa says everyone's been buying all his covers. Yep, that's why those Spawn books are starting to move, just because he did the covers. Even his magazines from 2015, the distributor can't keep them listed. Wow. Not Near Mint says that Ultraman number 1 went from $1 to $120 on the Bay. Wow. That's a big move. I mean, yeah, sometimes those dollar bin books, man, they move. It comes out with a new series, a new, option news. Who knows? Anything can make a book move. So I wanted to talk about that. I don't know. Is there anything going on? And then I haven't looked at Bleeding Fool in a long time. Is that even worth looking at? I don't know if there's anything. Oh yeah, I never did talk about the Diamond distributor bankruptcy. Third parties are currently looking at buying Diamond distributors. Well, obviously, if you've been paying attention and you are involved in the comic world, you know that Diamond distributors have had problems for a long time. This is not, this shouldn't be shocking news. I guess it's shocking that people finally came to the realization that they're bankrupt, but the way they did business just was pretty terrible. I mean, if you talk to shop owners and just all you got to do is just say, "Hey, what do you think about Diamond distributors?" And you'll probably get a nice 20-minute rant about how they can't stand Diamond and how they got screwed and how they screwed me on this order and they were supposed to send me these books and they sent me somebody else's books. I mean, I've kind of heard all kinds of stories over the years. Um, and, obviously, in any business, there's challenges, especially when you're you're kind of the middleman, right? Is that what Diamond is? They're sort of a middleman distributor. They Marvel, DC print the books. They go to Diamond for distribution because Diamond doesn't really print the books, right? The printers owned by Diamond? No, the printers. Well, maybe they are. Maybe I got that wrong. I don't know. I thought maybe Diamond just handled distribution, like they distribute the books to all the different comic book shops. Obviously, there's no retailers to distribute them. There's no, you know, Barnes and Noble, I think, was the last physical bricks and mortar retailer besides a comic book store. Uh, that was the last. In fact, that was the last newsstand you could have ever bought. I think was through Barnes and Noble, to my knowledge. So it says here on the 13th of January, the Canadian company Universal Distribution signed a stalking horse agreement for 39 million share purchase of the profitable Alliance Games distribution part of Diamond, as well as Diamond UK. Of course, they could be outbid, but this provides a base level for bids and some confidence for debtors while giving Universal certain discount perks on the purchase price by being the bidder willing to stick their neck out first. All right. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be a bidding war. Maybe Diamond can make enough on the sale to pay back people that they owe money to. Lisa says, my shop hasn't gotten a Diamond delivery in 2 months. Ooh, yeah, that could be a problem. So I think what also is happening is some of the bigger shops are still getting their books. Like if you're a Midtown or a Golden Apple or a Third Eye, those are easily your 3 or 4 largest comic book retailers in the country, probably not having a hard time getting their books. But yeah, if you're a smaller shop, your wheel is not going to be quite as squeaky as Midtown, right? Because just sheer volume alone is going to make sure that Midtown gets priority probably over a smaller shop. Here's an article. We were just talking about this. Yeah, the 5 more rival. Yeah, so there you go. That would have been easier. Instead of me going to Third Eye, you can just go to the article here, and it has all the new listing plus the old covers. So those were the old covers that they had released a couple weeks ago, and then these are the new ones that they just released a couple days ago. My favorite I like the 2 female ones here. I think the Cyclops is my favorite. And I do like the Hulk one too. I think the Jeff the Shark is probably my least favorite. I don't really care about that character, but I bet the Jeff the Shark is the one that's going to sell the best. Lisa says, I go to Midtown for my shop. Oh, yeah. I could go to Midtown, prefer my shop. There you go. Yeah, I think, if I had local shops near me that were close by that I had a good relationship with, I would definitely use them. But the closest shop to me is probably 35 minutes away. It's kind of like in downtown Tampa. I'm in the north of Tampa, so it's a little bit of a drive. And the guy there is kind of an a-hole, man. Every time I go in there, he's like, I don't know. You just get that vibe from people. Like you go to a shop, and I've seen this. I don't know why, but I've been to a lot of comic book shops over the years, and some of them are very nice, and some people are very nice. A lot of it's because the employees are nice, but the ones that are really kind of like don't give a shit, they're usually the owners. Like I've been to a couple shops where I knew it was the owner, and man, like they just, I don't know, like they weren't very nice. They weren't very pleasant. I don't know. They didn't have any salesmanship. Let's put it that way. So yeah, so I predominantly use Midtown sometimes. They don't always have the best pricing. Sometimes I use graham crackers. Sometimes they have really good pricing on the new books. If it's older books, I usually use eBay. I'm usually buying on eBay. Try to buy auctions. I try to get the best deal I can on the highest grade books I can. If I pre-order books, especially incentives, even non-incentives now. I was using discount DCBS service for quite a while. I would pre-order from them, and they normally give you what 36, 40% off, usually 36 to 40% off most books. Sometimes they have a special deal where they're giving you 50% off a particular book. But then when you add in the taxes and the shipping, I found out that if I use Third Eye Comics, I can order. I am a Wednesday Warrior club. I'm in that club where I get 20% off everything all the time, and I don't pay any taxes and I don't pay shipping. So when I factor in 20% discount, no shipping, no taxes, and the fact that they bag and board all my books, I don't pay for that. DCBS service won't even bag and board your books. You have to pay extra for that. And they come in pretty good shape. I don't have any problems with condition typically from DCBS service. Third Eye though packages them beautifully. If it's a high end book, like it's an incentive book that costs anywhere near $100, they come in a top loader, which is really nice. So there's a little bit more care, and definitely the customer service is fantastic. Sometimes I've changed my mind on a pre-order and been like, oh, I don't want that book anymore, and I'll email them, and they'll cancel and refund the book for me, which is fantastic. A lot of shops, a lot of online retailers will not do that. Once you commit to buy that book, it's done, and you're getting that book, and you're paying that price. Third Eye they've done that several times for me where I've changed my mind on a book, and they've refunded my money, which is fantastic. Lisa gets 40%. Wow, man, I need that deal. Yeah, I get 20% only. But I get 20% off their incentive books too. So if it's like a 1 in 100 incentive book, I get it for $80 and I don't pay taxes or shipping. So that's the best deal I've found. I mean, I don't know. I used to I used to get books from Things from Another World, but I still get a book once in a while from them. But they charge you taxes. They charge you shipping. Their shipping and handling is a little pricey, and sometimes the books come with some problems. Um, I don't know. I think Third Eyes, that's probably my favorite online retailer. They do such a good job. Man, I wish I could get 40%. Well, Lisa, if you know how to get 40, if you could tell me how to get 40% off, I'm all ears. If there's some special membership I need to buy into, let me know. I would love to get 40% off. Immortal says Jeff's a solid character, but I'm a Gwenpool fan. There you go. Them and Comics Elite give me the biggest discounts. Nice. Yeah, Comics Elite. I think I've ordered. Isn't that the shop that always promotes like the hot women cover books? If I remember right, I think it's usually them, right? I think they have an art. They have a couple artists that they predominantly just draw like hot females. Yeah, I think that's them. Lisa says, yeah. Sorry, my memory is accurate then. Yeah, yeah. There's one artist, man. They always they look very like I don't know if he uses animation or what. Yeah, the Power Hour. There we go. That's it. And there's like different versions. Like there's one that's she's in a bikini. There's one that that's barely a bikini, and then the third version is she's butt ass naked. Yeah, that's usually what happens. Those are the three levels of their variants. I do remember that now. Yeah. I remember the owner. He used to do a live stream. I think that was him, and he economics and comics. He would go on with economics and comics with Billy. I think he had his wife or his girlfriend on the show once in a while. See, my memory is pretty good, isn't it, Lisa? Yeah, Sean, that was him. Did he have a girl, like somewhat of a hot girlfriend? I don't know if it was his girlfriend or his wife. I can't remember. I think it was just a girlfriend. I don't know. I do kind of remember that. It was entertaining, no doubt about it. It was entertaining. Um, Anything else from Bleeding Fool? Surprised I don't have 100 pop-ups. What is this? Batman Hush 2 Prelude. Oh, there we go. Ashcan. 75 bucks. Wow. So I don't know. Did that come out of Amazon? It says Fan Expo. Oh, but yeah, that Prelude is already in Justice League Unlimited. There you go. Okay. Yeah, the Justice League Unlimited. Is that book doing anything? I don't know. I do have the Jim Lee. Let's see if I can find that on eBay. The Jim Lee, the 1 in 250. Yeah, 1 in 250. The only reason I got this book is because I had like a really good gift card special. I bought one of those gift cards for like 150 bucks. But it's like a $250 gift card for 100. So I got like $100 basically for free from Third Eye. So I ended up using it to buy this Justice League Unlimited, the 1 in 250. Yeah, there's a listing there for 265. Another listing for 272. There's only 2 listings so far. It can't be a lot of those out there, right? There's one for 350. So there's only 3 listings of that Jim Lee sketch. Yeah, got to figure there's can't be too many of those out there. So I've got one here in my collection. I that's I already put it away. I might go file it away. Oh, no, I have it here. Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, I've got that one. Came in really good shape too. This is definitely one that I would think eventually I should get graded. It's probably a 9.8. I'm pretty sure that would be a 9.8. By the way, I bought this book. I just thought the cover looked cool. I didn't know anything about it. It's Jim Henson's Labyrinth, and I think I paid like $10 for this, $10 or $15, and I think it's like almost a $200 book now on eBay. And I think I bought that one too. I was like, oh, they both look nice. This was like $10. Maybe this one was like 15. I think this was considered the unlockable, like the 1 per store type deal. No, it was a 1 in 25. Yeah, it was a 1 in 25, and I think I got it for like $15. I just thought, oh, it's kind of a cool cover. So I grabbed that, and I'm pretty sure that is an expensive book now. I don't know. Let me see. Labyrinth. Number 4, 1 in 25. Oh, by the way, I did pre-order this Raza cover. It looks like totally David Bowie. I mean, look at that. It looks like a photo of David Bowie. That's going to be a big book. I guarantee that'll be $100 out of the gate. But yeah, right here, there's $250 for that book that I paid $15 for. I think I paid $15 for it. Man, once in a while I get lucky. It's not that often though. Once in a while. But then I'll overpay. Like that Spawn book, I paid probably $50 more than I should have. So, um, you know, it goes both ways. Sometimes you get a really good deal on one book and it blows up in value, and then you overpay, $50 to $100 on another book. So that's the way it goes. I'm probably break even if you reviewed it all of it. That's probably break even. But yeah, there's not too many copies of that. Yeah, Jim Henson's Labyrinth number 6. I think, yeah, number 6, 1 in 25. That is going to be a tough book. There's only one copy on eBay right now for $150. Isn't that crazy? That's good. That's going to be one that if I want another copy, I'm going to have to be all over not eBay. I'm going to have to be all over Midtown. Midtown will probably get one copy maybe, and it's a race to checkout. That's what it's going to be. It's a race to the checkout. Who can get that book? I tried to get, what was that book I was trying to get? Oh, that Magic number. That's a really cool cover. I like that Villalobos guy. He's been doing some awesome covers lately. Magic number, was it number 2? Yeah, the 1 in 100. I definitely pre-ordered the regular cover. So there's a regular cover, but the 1 in 100, yeah, the virgin art, yeah, it's so nice. Look at that, $125. I think that's the only listing on eBay right now. Is that, man, one listing? That's it? Man, I kind of dig this X-Men 12, 1 in 100 by Phoenix by Malavia. Man, that's a good cover. Yeah, that's such a good cover. Look at that. Yeah, I like that one. That one looks cool. But the Villalobos is nice. I think you can still find the regular cover, the regular C cover for cover price. But yeah, the art only, that's tough. The 1 in 100. Villalobos, man, he's got a bunch of good books coming out. There's a Spider-Verse versus Venom-Verse number 1. He's got a cover for that coming. He hasn't released the art yet on that. He's got a couple more New Champions. He did a cover for them. He's a little. I messaged him on Instagram, and he did, whatever, liked my message or whatever. So I know he read my message, but he didn't respond. I was like, dude, when are you coming out with these covers? Can you give me a little preview? He didn't respond. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that. Yeah, Wonder Woman. He's definitely kind of like he reminds me of Adam Hughes, right? He's very good with the fate. It's very similar in making sure the faces have a certain look to them. And he definitely should only draw females because his male covers don't do anything. Go look at his Wolverine cover. They're way below ratio. So no one cares when he draws a male, but if he draws a female, then it gets attention, right? That book becomes hot. So yeah, John Guion. Yeah, he's been on my channel. Spears, I don't know that I've probably should see if he could come on the channel. I've reached out to several artists. John Guion has come on my channel a couple times. Real nice guy. I've had Ivan Tao on. Um, yeah, I have to check and see if Mark Spears, maybe he'd come on the channel. That'd be kind of fun. Especially if I could get a lot of people in the chat. Like I only have 4 people right now in the chat. I probably need to promote the hell out of it and try to get like 30 or 40 people to show up in the chat. Make it a little bit more worth his while to get like he needs to get his name out there. Everyone freaking knows who he is now. Yeah, Discord group. Join his Discord group. That's a good idea. I don't think I'm in any Discord groups. I've tried, there's been a couple of other YouTubers that wanted me to join their panel or whatever. I don't know. I've kind of veered away from doing all that. I'm a lone wolf. I like to operate alone. Plus, sometimes you get in these channels where there's like a bunch of people talking. They're all, I don't know. You can't get a word in edgewise, and I'm too much of a control freak. I like to control the banter. I like to control the direction of what I want to talk about. So Yeah, but interviewing artists is fun because I understand art really well, and I can kind of dive deep into their process. Like, how did you come up with that cover? Like, you know, you sketched it out, and how did you know to come out with those colors? Like, he comes up with some crazy colors. It's amazing. Be kind of fun to dig into his brain a little bit and see how he comes up with all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I really like the art is, I think cover art is a big part of one of the reasons I love comic books. And there's some really good Jenny Frison books coming out. I just pull up, yeah, like that Vampirilla. I definitely pre-ordered that one, the 1 in 20. I got a couple of those coming. Vampirilla #2. That Hello Darkness, I got the black and white and the color both coming to me. That book is starting to do well. That book is definitely trending. Yeah, I've got the Penthouse book. I got a couple of those. I love this Magic #3. I think there's a 1 in 50, or is it a 1 in 100? I was not able to find that for pre-order. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one. I mean, that one's going to be tough. I think that's coming out in a few weeks, 2 weeks from now, maybe, or first week of March. I don't know. I think first week of March it's coming out. Yeah, I pre-ordered that. Birds of Prey. That's a regular, not non-incentive, which is cool. That Wonder Woman, I pre-ordered that one. That one looks awesome. I pretty much pre-order all Jenny Frison books if I can, because I just dig her art most of the time. Oh yeah, I remember that Sandman universe. I tell you, when that book came out, that was probably my favorite Jenny Frison book. That Sandman cover of death that she did. Man, that was so good. I mean, now, I mean, even the reprints go for good money on that book. It's crazy. She's got such good covers. That's another one. That Beauty #1. That book should definitely be worth more. It's a fantastic cover, and it's a good series too. And I've heard for years they were supposed to make a TV show or something out of it. It's never materialized. It's such a shame. Oh, I got that one on the wall right now. That Astonishing Ant-Man #10. That's an awesome Prism cover. Sidelock cover. Yep. But I think that Magic #3. I don't think there was an incentive on that. Maybe there was. I don't know. Let me take a look. So if I type in Magic #3 Prism, oh yeah, there is a 1 in 100. $170. Someone's asking 170. Yeah, so that's going to be one that. When's the release date on that? Yeah, March 19th. So my only shot at getting that book is probably Midtown. Hopefully Midtown doesn't jack. I know what Midtown's going to do though. They're probably going to jack it up to like 112, 120. They're definitely going to jack it above $100. But it's such a good cover. I mean, I gotta buy it. Uh, I couldn't find it. Biggie Shack, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. I've done a couple live streams with Biggie, a couple stream yards. We always have good conversations. Oh yeah, the Penthouse #1. Yes, that is a good one. I think I did pre-order that one as well. I like Suspiria. By the way, I got a couple books from her that are really good. Yeah, what's the first one? Finger. I got that MegaCon exclusive. Yeah, this is, I think, one of her best covers she's done in a long time. I do have that, Lisa, for you to take a look at here. I've got that Fingers #1 metal. This is the metal cover. The metal covers are so awesome. I love metal covers. I mean, they look so good. Yeah, they just shine. I mean, they're so beautiful. So that's Fingers #1. metal cover. I think supposedly they only made 10 of these. I don't know how true that is. I have no idea. It did sell out pretty quickly after I purchased it. I've not seen any of them for sale yet on eBay, so I have no idea if that's true or not. If that is a true 10 copies only. I do have a poster. I think I got this off eBay. I was gonna buy it off of her own website, but I think I got it cheaper off eBay for some reason. I don't know why, but if I can open this damn thing. Ah. There we go. I need to get this framed, or at least put in some type of frame. This is she did this, the Smashing Pumpkins poster. I'm trying to hold it up so good. Yeah. It's kind of hard to hold a poster up to see it. But she did awesome work on this. I love this cover. It's so cool. Smashing Pumpkins, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So she did that poster, which I thought was awesome. I think it was only like 20 bucks or something. It wasn't expensive. It wasn't too expensive. But I'm going to put that up somewhere in my room. I love that. I love that poster art. So I don't have too many posters. I've got an Alex Ross print signed up in my room. I've got a Bernie Wrightson print. I wish it was signed. It'd be worth a whole lot more if it was. So I got a Bernie Wrightson print, the Frankenstein print, the Laboratory. It's one of my favorite, easily one of my favorite drawings that he ever did. I've got an X-Men '94 printed, like a print framed. A friend of mine got me. But yeah, I need to put the Smashing Pumpkins up. I think that would be awesome. Yeah. Her Betty Page cover is still available at only 14 bucks. Nice. I'll have to look at that. I'll have to look. I know I follow her on Instagram. I'll have to look and see where that is. My first poster comes Monday. It's a 18 by 24 Spears. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. You'll have to send me a picture of what that looks like, Lisa. I'd like to see that. It's a GalaxyCon website. Oh, very cool. I'll have to check into that. I don't know. I'm running out of space though. I got some space on that wall. I probably have space for 2 posters. One of them is going to be this Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, I probably have room for 1 more. Well, maybe you could do 2 more. I probably get some room below. Yeah, I think I could do like maybe 2 more after that. Yeah, I find I've gotten I got a nice frame for my Bernie Wrightson print. I got it off of Amazon. It was cheap, maybe 20 bucks, 25 bucks. It's nice. It looks good, and it fits well for the print too. Yeah, it wasn't expensive. It hangs on the wall nicely. Yeah, here, I'll see if I can angle my laptop here to show off my Alex Ross print. Let's see if I can move it. Here's my Alex Ross print. Let me reduce this here. Yeah, there we go. There's my Alex Ross signed print. Bought that years ago. Yeah, I can't remember what I paid for it. I've looked to see if I think it sells around 1,500 to $2,000, something like that. I don't know, somewhere around that price. It's not an original. It's basically just a what do they call it, a lithograph print maybe. He signed it. It's cool though. It's nice to have. It's a nice statement piece. in any comic book room. It definitely goes well with any comic book room. But my main thing is I just like to have comic books on the wall. I've got a lot of comic books on the wall. I've got a huge wall over there that's just, you know, all comic books. I put those shelves up myself. And I like to display a lot of my books and just put them up on the wall. Gets me in the mood, if I got a nice couch over there, I can lay down on the couch, read a couple comic books. It's my little space. It's my office. It's kind of like my little getaway in the house, which is nice to have. All right, guys, that's what I had for you tonight. Just a little review of the Hot 10 list, some of those books. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. There's some cool books. Oh, next week, this is my prediction. I just think this book will show up next week on the Hot 10 list. We'll see if I'm right. Sam Wilson, Captain America #2. Pull that up here on eBay. This book could get hot. This is the C cover by Carrie Randolph. It's obviously an homage to when the Hulk was pounding at Captain America. I don't remember what original, what Captain America book that was, but it's basically an homage to that. And of course, with the Sam Wilson Captain America movie coming out, you got the Red Hulk can smashing. I could see that one sold out pretty fast at Midtown. I'm a little shocked that there's some listings on eBay at the moment, so don't be surprised if these listings disappear next week. This one seller is selling them only for $3.79 a piece. There's 4 available. I have a sneaky feeling that those listings will be gone. There's I think only 2 listings that I see right now. Maybe 3 listings. Yeah, I think there's 3 listings. And I think once they are gone, once they sell out, you're going to see the price jump. Probably around $10 to $15. And then if it shows up in the Hot 10 list, which I have a feeling it will, I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling it will. I think that book's going to be probably $20 to $25 for no reason other than it's the cover. That's it. It's just one of those hot covers. It's like that Fantastic Four 28, that peach cover, right? Everyone likes the cover. It's got Jeff the Shark on it. There's nothing going on in the book. There's nothing key to the book at all, but it's just a cover that people like. And I think that is a candidate for a book that could get hot just because people like the cover. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Just a hunch. But that's definitely a book that's coming out next Wednesday at your local comic book shop. So it won't be on anyone's radar probably till like Tuesday or Wednesday of this next week. So I'm just giving you a little heads up on it. So if you happen to see one at your local comic book on the shelf, pick it up for cover price. I have a feeling it potentially could be a $15 to $20 book. I don't know if it will or not, but it has that potential. All right, guys, that's what I had for you. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I enjoyed people that interact in the chat with me. Thank you, Lisa. Mortal Biggie Shack, GTK Comic. GTK Comic is always in my chats, so I appreciate. Also, Not Near Mint. Cardstock Variant. Yeah, you guys are pretty regular in my chats, so I appreciate you guys. I'll have New Comic Book Wednesday coming out next Wednesday. I might do a live stream before that. If there's anything news-wise that's worth talking about, I might do another live stream. But I'm trying to always give you guys information, what I think potentially is going to be hot before it becomes hot, hopefully. I'm always working on doing that. And sometimes I get stuff ahead of time from Jim's Comics. I am good friends with Jim's Comics. His live stream, he doesn't do live streams at all. He does videos typically every Saturday or Sunday. So make sure you always subscribe to his channel. He always has really good content, and sometimes I get, sometimes he'll clue me into information a little bit before he releases it on his channel, which is always helpful since he has like 12,000 followers on his YouTube channel. I only have like 800, or he's got 12. Yeah, he's got like 12,000. So quite a few more than I do. So I appreciate everybody. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and the Super Bowl's tomorrow. I don't know if anybody cares. I usually root for the underdog, so that's guess that's Philadelphia. I'm not really a Phillies fan. I'm an old Cleveland Browns fan from way back. My family's originally from Cleveland, and of course, if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you're definitely an underdog. You're usually rooting for the underdog just because the Browns have been an underdog for forever. So I don't know. I don't know if the Browns will ever win a Super Bowl again. I think the last time they won one was with Jim Brown, probably back in the 1950s. I don't know. It was a long, long time ago. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it should be fun. At least the halftime show should be interesting. There's usually always some interesting commercials to watch. So yeah, it's an event, no doubt about it. I'm going to be grilling on the barbecue, and my son and I will be enjoying the game. I hope everyone has a great weekend. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon.